I'll demonstrate how to use the sum rule and the difference rule for differentiation. Right. So for the sum rule, we're saying that you have two functions, d over dx. Let's say you have f of x plus g of x, which are added together. So two functions are added together, and then for the difference rules, that means two functions are subtracted. So f of x minus g of x. So that's simply it, right? So the two functions either added together or subtracted together. Hence I'm doing these two rules to get simultaneously so that you can get to see and understand them. So a simple way of demonstrating this, I like using example to show how this works. So let's say you have maybe y equals to maybe 4x squared plus 6x, right? And then for the other one, let's use a different color. Let's use blue. And then you have y equals to 4x plus 5, right? So we have two equations, right? So wait, this should be a negative minus, so this should be minus, right? So okay, let's do the sum rule, right? So for the sum rule says that whenever you have something like this, right, so that means you derive each term, right? Remember, we have two terms in this case, right? So we're gonna derive each term, and then y prime of this becomes, what is this? What's the derivative of 4x squared? Becomes 8x squared. And then what is the derivative of 6x? 6x it just becomes 6, right? So you differentiate each term. So this 4x squared is one term, is term 1, and then this 6x it's also is term 2, right? So you differentiate each term separately, right? Also for the difference rule, you apply the same method. You differentiate each term separately. So in this case, y prime of this becomes, what's the differentiation of 4x? It's just 4, right? And then minus, what is the differentiation of 5? It's just 0. So in this case, our differentiation of this equation, or our y prime, is just 4. So in this case, for the sum and difference rule, that it simply means that you differentiate each term separately. So let me just put a note. You differentiate each term separately or individually. So this is a very important point that you need to remember when you're doing differentiation, because this applies everywhere. So maybe let's just do one quick example where we combine the sum and the difference rule, right? So let's say, for example, you have maybe f of x, it's equals to 4x to the 3 minus 4x squared. I don't know why I like 4, but maybe let's try 2x plus 1, right? So what is f prime of this? In this case, f prime becomes 12x squared minus 8x plus 2 plus 0, right? So you know that this term does not matter at all. It doesn't matter at all. You can just leave it out. So maybe our final answer in red, it will become f prime of x equals to 12x squared minus 8x plus 2. So that will be our final answer. So this is the end of the video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and like, share, and leave your comment down below.